Demi Moore. The August 1991 Vanity Fair cover was a controversial hand-drawn nude photograph of the then 7 months pregnant Demi Moore taken by Annie Leibovitz for the August 1991 cover of Vanity Fair to accompany a cover story about Moore. The cover has had a lasting societal impact. Since the cover was released, several celebrities have posed for photographs in advanced stages of pregnancy, although not necessarily as naked as Moore. This trend has made pregnancy photos fashionable and created a booming business. The photograph is one of the most highly regarded magazine covers of all time, and it is one of Leibovitz's best-known works. The picture has been parodied several times, including for advertising Naked Gun 33A Circumflex. The final insult. This led to the 1998 Second Circuit Fair use case Leibovitz v. Paramount Pictures Corporation. In addition to being satirically parodied and popularizing pregnancy photographs, there was also backlash. Critics rated it grotesque and obscene, and it was also seriously considered when internet decency standards were first being legislated and adjudicated. Others thought it was a powerful artistic statement. In each of the subsequent 2 years, Moore made follow-up cover appearances on Vanity Fair, the first of which propelled Joanne Gare to prominence as a Trump-plural body painter. In 1991, Demi Moore was a budding A-list film star who had been married to Bruce Willis since 1987. The couple had had their first child, Rumor Willis, in 1988, and they had hired 3 photographers for an audience of 6 friends for the delivery. In 1990, she had starred in that year's highest-grossing film, Ghost, for which she was paid $350,000, and she had earned $2 million for 1991 roles in The Butcher's Wife, Mortal Thoughts and Nothing But Trouble. Following the photo, she would earn $3 million for her 1992 role in A Few Good Men, and $5 million apiece for roles in The Scarlet Letter and Disclosure. Annie Leibovitz had been chief photographer at Rolling Stone from 1973 until 1983, when she moved to Vanity Fair. In 1991, she had the first mid-career show, Annie Leibovitz Photographs 1970 to 1990, ever given a photographer by the National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C., with a similarly titled accompanying book. The show traveled to New York City at the International Center of Photography for a showing that would run until December 1, 1991. The photograph was one of several taken by Leibovitz of 7 months pregnant 28-year-old Moore, then carrying the couple's second daughter, Scout LaRue. The photographs ranged from Moore in lacy underwear and spiked high heels to a revealing peignoir. The final selection had Moore wearing only a diamond ring. Joanne Gare worked on makeup for the shoot. Samuel Irving Newhouse Jr., chairman of Condé Nast Publications, was very supportive of the chosen cover despite the potential for lost sales. Tina Brown, Vanity Fair editor, quickly realized that there would be harsh backlash for regular distribution of the magazine. The issue had to be wrapped in a white envelope with only Moore's eyes visible. Some editions had a brown wrapper that implied naughtiness. However, Brown viewed the image as a chance to make a statement about the decade of the 1990s after a decade dominated by power suits. Approximately 100 million people saw the cover. The use of a pregnant sex symbol was in a sense an attempt to combat the pop culture representations of the anathema of the awkward, uncomfortable, and grotesquely excessive female form in a culture that values thinness. Leibovitz's candid portrayal drew a wide spectrum of responses from television, radio and newspaper personalities and the public at large, ranging from complaints of sexual objectification to celebrations of the photograph as a symbol of empowerment. One of the judges in Leibovitz v. Paramount Pictures Corporation stated that the image evoked Botticelli's Birth of Venus. The contemporary retrospective view of some is that this photograph is high art. The intent of the photograph was to portray pregnancy with a celebrity in a way that was bold, proud and understated in Rand Hollywood, anti-glitz manner. It was successful in some regards as many perceived it as a statement of beauty and pride. However, many took offense and the cover drew unusually intense controversy for Vanity Fair in the form of 95 television spots, 64 radio shows, 1,500 newspaper articles and a dozen cartoons. Some stores and newsstands refused to carry the August issue, while others modestly concealed it in the wrapper evocative of porn magazines.